if you're dreaming of owning your own home, the first step is to start saving. Saving for a house can seem daunting, but with a solid plan and some discipline, it's definitely achievable. In this video, we'll give you some tips on how to save for a house. Step 1. Determine your budget. The first step in saving for a house is to determine your budget. This means figuring out how much you can afford to spend on a home. To do this, you'll need to take a look at your income, expenses, and debts. Start by calculating your monthly income. This includes your salary, any bonuses or commissions, and any other sources of income. Next, calculate your monthly expenses. This includes your rent or mortgage payment, utilities, groceries, transportation, and any other regular expenses. Once you have your income and expenses calculated, subtract your expenses from your income. This will give you your monthly disposable income. This is the amount of money you have left over each month after paying your bills. Step 2. Set a savings goal. Once you know how much disposable income you have each month, you can set a savings goal. Your savings goal should be based on the price of the home you want to buy, as well as the amount of money you'll need for a down payment. A good rule of thumb is to save at least 20% of the home's purchase price for a down payment. For example, if you want to buy a $300,000 home, you'll need to save $60,000 for a down payment. Step 3. Create a savings plan. Now that you have a savings goal, it's time to create the savings plan. This means figuring out how much you need to save each month to reach your goal. Start by dividing your savings goal by the number of months you have to save. For example, if you want to save $60,000 in 5 years, you'll need to save $1,000 per month. If you can't save that much each month, don't worry. Start by saving as much as you can, and then increase your savings as your income increases or your expenses decrease. Step 4. Reduce your expenses. One of the best ways to save for a house is to reduce your expenses. This means cutting back on unnecessary expenses like eating out, buying clothes, or going on vacation. Take a look at your monthly expenses and see where you can cut back. For example, you could start cooking at home instead of eating out, or cancel your gym membership and exercise at home. Step 5. Increase your income. Another way to save for a house is to increase your income. This means finding ways to earn more money, either through a side hustle or by asking for a raise at work. Consider taking on a part-time job, selling items you no longer need, or starting a small business. You could also ask for a raise or promotion at work, or look for a higher-paying job. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to saving for a house. In the next segment, we'll talk about some specific saving strategies you can use to reach your goal even faster. In the previous segment, we talked about the first steps to take when saving for a house. In this segment, we'll discuss some specific saving strategies that can help you reach your goal even faster. Step 1. Open a high-yield savings account. One of the best ways to save for a house is to open a high-yield savings account. These accounts offer higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, which means your money will grow faster. Look for a savings account with a high interest rate and no fees. Some online banks offer high-yield savings accounts with rates as high as 2% or more. Step 2. Automate your savings. Another way to save for a house is to automate your savings. This means setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account each month. Most banks allow you to set up automatic transfers online or through their mobile app. You can choose the amount and frequency of the transfers, so you can save without even thinking about it. Step 3. Use a budgeting app. A budgeting app can help you track your expenses and stay on top of your savings goals. There are many budgeting apps available, both free and paid. Some popular budgeting apps include Mint, Have You Need a Budget, and Personal Capital. These apps allow you to connect your bank accounts and credit cards, so you can see all your transactions in one place. Step 4. Take advantage of employer benefits. If your employer offers any benefits that can help you save for a house, be sure to take advantage of them. For example, some employers offer a 401 plan with a matching contribution. If your employer offers a matching contribution, be sure to contribute enough to get the full match. This is essentially free money that can help you reach your savings goal even faster. Step 5. Consider a side hustle. If you're struggling to save enough money each month, consider taking on a side hustle. A side hustle is a part-time job or business that you can do in your spare time. There are many side hustles you can try, such as driving for Uber or Lyft, delivering food for DoorDash or Grubhub, or selling items on Etsy or eBay. By following these saving strategies, you'll be well on your way to saving for a house. In the next segment, we'll talk about some additional tips to help you stay on track and reach your goal. In the previous segment, we discussed some specific saving strategies that can help you reach your goal of saving for a house. In this segment, we'll talk about some additional tips to help you stay on track and reach your goal. Step 1. Stay motivated. Saving for a house can be a long and challenging process, so it's important to stay motivated. Keep your goal in mind and remind yourself why you're saving. Consider creating a vision board with pictures of your dream home, or setting reminders on your phone to keep you focused on your goal. Step 2. Avoid debt. One of the biggest obstacles to saving for a house is debt. If you have credit card debt, student loans, or other debts, it can be difficult to save enough money for a down payment. Try to avoid taking on any new debt while you're saving for a house. Pay off your existing debts as quickly as possible, and avoid using credit cards or taking out loans unless absolutely necessary. Step 3. Be realistic. It's important to be realistic about your savings goal and timeline. Saving for a house can take years, so don't get discouraged if you don't reach your goal as quickly as you'd like. Be flexible and adjust your savings plan as needed. If your income or expenses change, you may need to adjust your savings goal or timeline. Step 4. Celebrate your progress. Saving for a house is a big accomplishment, so be sure to celebrate your progress along the way. Set milestones for yourself and reward yourself when you reach them. For example, you could treat yourself to a nice dinner or a weekend getaway when you reach your halfway point or when you reach your savings goal. Step 5. Get help if you need it. If you're struggling to save for a house, don't be afraid to ask for help. Consider talking to a financial advisor or a housing counselor who can help you create a savings plan and offer advice on how to reach your goal. There are also many resources available online, such as budgeting tools and savings calculators, that can help you stay on track and reach your goal. By following these tips and staying focused on your goal, you'll be well on your way to saving for a house. Good luck!